Greetings, my friends. Corey here, and today I am going to be picking and gutting this Master Lock 930DPF. 930 DPF. It's part of their Pro series, apparently. And according to Master Lock, it is rated 9 out of 10 in terms of security and pick resistance. So, we're going to go ahead and pick this and gut it for you today. This lock is actually interesting. There's a little bit of history. I'm relatively new to the sport and hobby of lock picking, and until now I have been working with locks like this one and like this one, neither of which can be disassembled. This one I purchased because it would be a greater challenge and because it can be disassembled and repinned. So that was interesting. So I was mildly surprised when I got it. I got it home. I was able to pick it actually relatively quickly, within probably 20 seconds or so. The first time. It's very inconsistent. I've had different types of luck with it. Sometimes it takes a long time. Sometimes I get it almost immediately. But so after I picked it a few times, I decided, well, let's go ahead and gut it. So I took it apart. And that's when I started learning some lessons that I did not know about in terms of working with locks. First off, that there's very, very small parts inside, which I knew intellectually, but it was easy, far too easy, to lose driver and key pins, which I did. I lost at least one driver pin, and I lost a spring, which made it impossible to reassemble the lock. Also, I didn't have the right tools for either disassembling or reassembling. So, in the meantime, I put the lock aside in its gutted apart format, and I went ahead and purchased some replacement parts for the guts of the lock, and I purchased some tools like this, and I dug some other tools out of my electronics kit, like these tweezers, to make it a little bit easier to work with. So I was able, in fact, to get it back together, and it works with the original keys, which pleased me to no end. And it locks very securely, perfectly serviceable. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and pick this sucker, and then I'm going to gut it. And I'm going to do it on camera, and we'll see how it goes. So first, get a little bit of a tension going here. Let's see. Put this sucker in right here. And we'll get the pick. Got a click there out of pin 3, I think. I found it's easier with this one to start towards the back for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Got a little movement on the core. But sometimes when that happens, it can be a bad sign with this lock. In my experience, if I don't get it quickly, I don't get it at all. Let's try resetting and starting again. So go back to see if I can find pin 5 there. Nothing there, nothing there. Trying to keep a moderate to light tension. There we go. And voila, as they say, Bob's your uncle. So, very pleased. I was actually able to get that pretty quickly. So, now I'm going to go ahead and gut this sucker for you. This lock has, can you see that? Where's my flashlight? I got everything else out. Here it is. This lock has a, oh, shiny, has a Phillips screwdriver, or Phillips screw down there at the bottom underneath the shackle. So, to remove the shackle, this is hard to do when I'm trying to look through the lens of a cell phone camera. I need to get a better camera set up for this. So go ahead and get that thing in there. And remove the screw. Now what happens when I remove this screw is that it actually releases this pin on the bottom and this retention plate. So the pin and the plate have both come out. So I'm going to go ahead and set them aside. So the pin is right here. This pin, there it is. This pin goes through the bottom of the plate, and acts as an anchor for the screw. And the screw comes down from above through where the shackle goes. So we'll put those aside for the moment, and then we'll take a look here at the core. There's the core. As you can see, it is in the picked position. I'm going to go ahead and turn it with the key. You can see there. So next, we'll go ahead and we've got to remove the circlip here. This is tough to do while keeping it consistently on the camera. One thing I don't have yet is a clip remover. I wonder if these... There's my rattle, rattle, rattle. There we go. Needle nose pliers. That might work a little bit better. Now I know I got this off before, so just a little bit of patience and avoiding causing myself any harm. Just do it with my fingers. This thing's not on there very hard. This thing's giving me some trouble. There we go. Gotcha. Okay, I think we can just definitely need to invest in another tool for getting these suckers off, but thankfully it ain't on there too hard. It's just a question of getting, I don't want to damage anything, including my little fingers. As you know, they're kind of important to me. There we go. Okay, finally got that off. All right, so now, get the body out of the way here. We can go ahead and disassemble this sucker. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the key since I already unpicked it. We'll use that to turn it. And we'll put a follower in here. I have to be really careful. I'm not very experienced with this yet, so it's possible I'm going to screw up royally, but we'll see. So there's the first of the key pins. So let's get this. Okay, good. Oop. All right, we lost one of the driver pins, but that's okay. Yeah, the driver pins are all over the place, so apparently I need to work on my follower to work a bit, but that's all right. Get this key out of here. We'll dump the pins. Here's pin 1. Pin 2. Pin 3. Move over, thank you. Pin 4. And last but not least, pin 5. Okay. And we'll go ahead and, okay. All the driver pins ended up over here. That's okay. What was interesting is that these driver pins are all the same size. So I thought that was weird. But again, I'm still new to working with locks. So learning as I go. There's 3. Where are the others? Yeah, there we go. They landed on the mat. I knew they landed on the mat. I heard them land on the mat. Did I lose a spring, or is there one hiding in there? Yeah. Ah, There's... No? Well, looks like I might have lost a spring. It'll probably turn up, but as you can see, we have now managed to go ahead and gut this sucker. I'm going to leave it like this for now, and I will reassemble it later. But there you go, a Master 930 picked and gutted. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this.